Let's be brutally honest for a second. Have you ever stared at your ACCA MA1 mock exam and felt like your brain just hit a wall? Not because you didn't study, but because no one told you how to think like an examiner. If you've ever sat there, heart racing, second-guessing every answer, this video is the difference between going into the real exam in survival mode and walking in with surgical precision. Here's the hard truth no one's saying: most ACCA students fail not because they didn't work hard, but because they practiced the wrong way. You can spend hours grinding questions, memorizing formulas, and still walk into the exam hall blind. This mock exam isn't just a test, it's a weapon. But only if you know how to wield it. If you're preparing for MA1 and want to know the tactics, traps, and tricks examiners use, and more importantly, how to beat them, then don't move a pixel. This video will mentally rewire how you approach the ACCA MA1 mock, and possibly change how you study forever. Welcome to Education Bench, the channel for ambitious accounting minds who don't just want to pass, but dominate. We break down what others ignore, and bring you high-performance strategies no one's teaching. If mastering ACCA feels like navigating a maze, this channel is your map. Let's talk strategy. Because this isn't just about getting the right answers. It's about understanding the exam's psychology. The real purpose of the mock exam: most students treat mock exams like a rehearsal. That's a mistake. This is not a rehearsal, it's a simulation. A diagnostic tool. A microscope into your performance under pressure. But only if you approach it clinically. Think of it like this: would a Formula 1 driver do a warm-up lap just to practice turning? No, they're collecting data. So should you. Your mock exam should be a data-gathering mission. Where do you hesitate? What types of questions make your mind freeze? Where do you misread things? These patterns don't lie. And when you analyze your mock with that kind of surgical honesty, that's when the real growth begins. Here's what no one told you. Your MA1 mock exam isn't about seeing what you know. It's about exposing what you don't know. And those blind spots? That's what fails you, not your intelligence. Section A, multiple choice madness. Now, let's dig into the infamous Section A, the battlefield of multiple choice questions. Here's what you need to know: every wrong option isn't just random. It's designed to tempt a specific mistake. Misreading numbers, misapplying formulas, missing a keyword. If you ever thought all the options looked right, that's by design. Let's take an example. A question might ask, what is the total variable cost if the variable cost per unit is $3 and 1,000 units were produced? Sounds simple? Now picture this. Option A, $3,000. Option B, $3. Option C, $30. Option D, $300. All four are mathematically valid numbers. But only one fits the context. This is not just testing knowledge. It's testing clarity under pressure. So here's a rule: don't just solve, interpret. Read the question once for logic, once for emotion, and once for the trick. Section B, scenario-based questions. The trap of assumptions. This is where many MA1 students lose marks without realizing why. Let's say you read a case study involving costs, margins, and break-even points. You rush to apply the formula you remember. But the examiner added one small twist: a fixed cost anomaly. Or a variable cost that changes mid-scenario. This is the trap. We assume instead of analyze. Here's the fix: break every scenario into layers. First, what are they really asking? Second, what are they hiding in plain sight? Third, what assumptions are you bringing in from memory that don't apply here? Timing tactics, the invisible killer. You can be brilliant and still fail if you run out of time. Let's say your mock exam has 50 questions. That's roughly 1.2 minutes per question. But what do most students do? They waste 5 minutes on one question, chasing perfection, and then panic with 10 questions left. Here's a strategy used by top scorers. First pass: answer everything you know within the time limit. Mark what you're unsure about. Second pass: revisit marked ones only if time allows. Third pass: if you're lucky, gut check. Trust your instinct. Change only if you're 100% sure. Top students don't try to get every question perfect. They try to get every minute to work in their favor. Your brain isn't the only thing sitting the exam. Your clock is too. Post-mock review, where 90% of students go wrong. This is the gold mine most people ignore. They finish the mock, see their score, feel relieved or frustrated, and move on. No, don't move on. Zoom in. For every wrong answer, was it a concept error? Then revise. Was it a trick you fell for? Then train your eye. Was it time pressure? Then practice timed drills. Create an error log. Write down the question, your answer, the correct one, and why you got it wrong. Review it 2 days later. Then again in a week. This repetition rewires your response system. And if you're scoring 70% on mocks? Don't relax. Dig deeper. What's the 30% you missed? Because the real exam might test exactly that gap. Final 3 days before exam. The power zone. This is where your preparation shifts from knowledge to readiness. Do 1 full-length timed mock each day. Focus on mental stamina. Can you concentrate for 2 hours? Don't study more, study smarter. Your goal isn't to learn new things, it's to reinforce patterns. Drink water. Sleep well. This isn't fluff, it's performance science. Your brain needs fuel, not panic. If this hit home for you, share it with someone else preparing. Or better yet, watch our next breakdown, the 5 biggest mistakes MA1 students make in the final week. Comment below, what's your biggest challenge in MA1 prep? Let's build a support system where no one studies alone. This isn't the end, it's your starting point. And Education Bench? Walking this journey with you. Because passing is basic. Winning, that's the benchmark. Stay sharp, stay strategic, and never settle for average.